Hello everyone. This video is my viewers' match analysis video. This is the defense section. Many people who play FIFA 23 have problems getting the ball or conceding goals quickly. By implementing a few important factors, you can reduce the number of lost goals and dangerous scenes. Let's think through my viewers' game. First of all, consider that a lost ball in this location means an immediate loss of a goal. Many people tend to attack in haste, forgetting the risk of losing a goal. There is more potential for ball loss when passing or dribbling in the center. Despite this, it is because we attempt to attack without taking into account their own ability to see and dribble. Please know that attacking you can be sure of will prevent this from happening. He also uses the L1 button primarily for cursor changes. Cursor changes should be done primarily with the right stick, with L1 as an aid. The basis of defense is to block dangerous areas as a priority. And its execution is related to the distance from the ballman. Blocking the ball from entering these areas is paramount. Nice defense. Cursor to the CB. And be alert for the player on the run. The problem is what comes after. Isn't it often the case that you can't get the ball like this? Many people attempt to retrieve the ball without being aware of the distance to the ballman. Failure to get the ball will allow the opponent to create space. Many people lose the balance between blocking the area and distance to the ballman. I will likely focus my analysis video on this. Regardless, it is important to modify your defense according to the situation and approach the most dangerous areas earlier than your opponents. At this time he used the right stick to change the cursor to CB. This is an earlier approach than his opponent. To keep doing this over and over again is to block the area. A second press of the R1 button is also used effectively. I will say the same thing again. It is block the area to keep approaching earlier than his opponent. So at this moment he must have already cursor changed to this CB. And again at this moment this CB. And again at this moment this CB. In this way, he had to move just a little earlier than opponents with quick cursor changes. Keep in mind that I say the same thing in other scenes. After this, what I just explained will happen. Notice his cursor change. Let's look again. Once the first area is blocked, the cursor must be changed to block the next area immediately. In this way, ideally, the CB should stand just a little bit in front of the striker while staying close to him. Even if that is not possible, the cursor should be changed to CB at this moment. Such a difference in speed response of only 0.5 seconds can make the difference between 1 or 2 goals. The next scene is after the ball lost. Watch this scene with distance to ballman and block the area in mind. Why was it penetrated here? At the moment, there is a small distance between the ballman and him. In a 1 versus 1 situation, the ball can only be won when the opponent's movement matches our expectation, so he needs to show only a pretense of tackling, cursor change to CM and prepare for the next attack. If he had cursor changed and moved the CM would have been around here. It is important to quickly give up on getting the ball and prepare for the next attack. One of the criteria for this decision is the distance to ballman. Quick decision of 0.5 seconds can make a big difference later on. However, no one can play perfect defense. Once you think you have made a mistake, take a wide look at the ground and prepare for the next attack. After this, the opponent score a goal. The factor was the delay in the cursor change of 0.5 seconds. His movement shows that he understands where the danger is. In other words, a quick cursor change leads to defensive stability. Next I will explain the defenses, which are particularly common among beginners. It is to empty the position. This is caused by trying to get the ball without considering distance to the ballman. I just explained, or by the misuse of the R1 press. We should be careful to avoid this situation because many people often attack to run players in FIFA 23. Now let's look at a situation where there were actually players in the default positions. Opponent passed sideways. It may seem like a small thing, but this accumulation is important. Emptying the position makes your opponents feel comfortable. It increases the concentration of opponents. It is important in defense to make your opponents as uncomfortable as possible. Therefore, even at this time he had to give up quickly and prepare for the next attack. However, there is still something he can do in this situation. The opponent players are not yet in place to attack. I will explain a little bit about how to defend the application. First, move this CB in this direction. Guide your opponents to this location. Of course, an R1 press is also required, and the moment his opponent turn back, tackles with this CB. To do so, a cursor change like this one with the right stick is essential. After this, the opponents will score a goal. The factor was also the delay in the cursor change of 0.5 seconds. Next, I will explain the factors from the scene where he was able to get the ball. First, he kept the distance constant until the pass was made. And that he went all at once at the moment of the passing. Finally, it matched the direction of the opponent's first touch. Thus, when clear expectations match the opponent's actions, we can get the ball. The distance to ballman is the determining factor. Next I will explain the 3-4-2-1 formation. The 3-4-2-1 thus has at least 5 players in the attacking, so he has to defend with 5 players. So he must endure until the player who joined the attack returns. There is also a problem caused by 3 strikers. These 2 spaces are often created. And these spaces must be defended with CM and SMF. Strikers are too far away to reach. So it is easy to become a passive defending waiting for your opponent to make a mistake. One strategy is to change to 5 backs with a 2-goal lead first. Remember. By the way, a through pass from the side to the center is quite dangerous, so be sure to change the cursor to the CB. So far, all of this can be explained by the factors of dangerous scene. Let's look back. Empty positions give your opponents a chance. He could get the ball in this scene. But if the position is empty, the other players must be moved. This is a bit of an advanced technique. To get the ball from your opponent, you need to predict a bit into the future. For this reason, it is important to be prepared for the next attack. The information discussed in this video is only my personal opinion. I hope that this will help various people realize the importance of analyzing their own game videos. Good luck.